back, everybody, to Hxro Labs. I don't think we're calling it the pit anymore, but welcome back to Hxro Labs. It's been a little bit of a break here the last couple of weeks. Everyone was at Debase last week, getting flooded out by the looks of things. I'm Coach Poppa Vic, here with Jewbacca, here to update you guys on the markets. We're going to take a quick look at the majors, real quick to start things off. We'll get into thoughts of trends, maybe what's going to happen this summer, and then Jewbacca is going to dive deep into the meme coin plays that have been working for him or what he's looking at going into the summer. So, yeah, Jewbacca, anything to add there? What's going on your end?
No, yeah, I mean, curious to see like what you're looking at in terms of majors. Obviously kind of had a scary, World War III, everything is going to zero. We barely broke 60K, which is, crazy bullish. Honestly, I thought it was going to be like a longer series of like FUD headlines. But we snapped back pretty quickly. So I think that's bullish, but I think that's really bullish, but also we're still in this zone where like, what's going to bring us higher? Kind of reaching this kind of dead zone in the markets, and I'm not sure there's like a ton of bullish catalysts right now, given that like ETF inflows have slowed down, etc. So
yeah, and I think just seasonality wise, this time of the year, things start to slow down, right? You got the cliche, sell in May and walk away. We're a week out from the start of May. Things, I think, generally tend to slow down around this time, So I think it's, I think trying to reinvent the wheel is never a good idea. And I think if you look back historically, this time of year, everything slows down across the board. And not that, especially in crypto with like the lack of liquidity, not that we can't have some random pumps or some meme coins go off or something go off. But generally speaking, I think like the bigger major coins, like things are probably going to start consolidating and ranging for the next little bit. And with that, we will flip over here to the charts, take a look.
Yeah.
Have you been
also have? Yeah, I mean, I've been paying attention to obviously BTC ETH and the equities just from like even though I'm heavily overweight shitcoins, it's obviously the slightest dip in Bitcoin below key level, and that shit goes to zero. So I have been paying attention. I'm not sure if you have like the S&P 500 pulled up.
I have it right here. One second. Right here. Here's the
but I mean, normally a dip like that would cause like what, like 30% dip on Bitcoin, maybe,
Yeah, no doubt. I haven't actually really been looking at that, but usually you would see a massive correction in that.
Yeah, like that would be like a doomsday scenario even in like mid 2021 bull market, right? But maybe that's just because FTX was massively over leveraged and getting liquidated on every micro movement. But it's really cool, I think, to see crypto outperformance on like a sizable equities dip. It's pretty crazy.
Do you think it's the fact that we do have like the ETF and this kind of thing, so there's a lot more liquidity behind it and a lot more like stronger hands maybe that aren't just dumping or rushing to short the instant we start to move, kind of thing?
Exactly. I mean, I think BlackRock represents like spot Chad buyers who are allocating 1%, maybe 2% to Bitcoin with a 100-year time frame. So you're comparing like that kind of money entering the ecosystem versus folks like 3AC and FTX being the largest drivers, being massively over leveraged. So I think it's just the adults are in the room.
Yeah, I hear that for sure. And like even if you look over here at like Bitcoin, right? Like we're almost smack in the middle of the monthly range. I like using this indicator here. It's called Spaceman BTC key level, and it marks out all your like monthly, weekly, daily. And you can see we're just basically in the middle of this huge monthly range. And I could very much see us kind of like just sticking between the lines here until kind of like like August when things generally start to pick up again and start to like actually make some bullish moves like towards breaking out or whatever going into the end of summer. Like it seems to be a common theme when you look back historically, but like it really you got a really clear range here, and I think we probably just see this continue to play out a little bit, maybe a little like sweep of the low or sweep of the high or something like. But I feel like generally we'll probably stick somewhere between high 50s and low 70s or high 60s kind of thing.
Yep. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking. I've like slightly bullish bias here towards like middle of the summer at least, and then I think typically TradFi needs an entry before they get back into office,
I
after
hear
the
that.
summer break. So so I think the deeper we get into summer, I think having some cash to buy a late summer dip or early fall dip, and then expecting like that early Q4 bull run to be 100% back on is kind of what I'm thinking. So I'm trying to like next month and a half ish, trying to get run up as much as I can, and then hopefully stack some nice trips for the end of the summer.
Is there anything like you mean kind of like run it up with the memes and then kind of like put those profits into stuff that's a little bit more fundamental, I guess.
Yep. Yeah, just rotate into as much Bitcoin as I can, or USDC. Maybe like half Bitcoin, half USDC
nice.
for the end of the summer. But yeah, I mean, I think everyone was expecting the markets to go to zero for alts. We had like a pretty nasty washout in alts. Like even right now, I'm for my hyper liquid like leverage longs, which is just small port. I'm trying to run up as well. I'm paying no funding like across anything right now. I'm longing for free. So what does that tell you about how even after that massive like alt liquidation, how are people positioned right now? It's like no one's longing alts, and so I think it's like I think it's a decent time to gamble, and just because of how bearish everyone has been, and next I think we're bound to get a we're bound to like see a flip, right? Everyone's super bearish. Prices are going to go up a little bit higher, maybe to the top of the range. We'll see like a little bit of a blow off top, and then people are going to get crazy bullish again, and that'll be a good time to take off some exposure.
Yeah, I hear you. I've had a few friends message me who were just like being super kind of like bearish, like, oh, we're going. I was like, I don't know, man. Like, I feel like if we were going to do that, it kind of like we would have nuked. And there's just, I don't think there's enough leverage or anything like that to kind of like power us to any sort of like low. And I think there's a lot of people waiting down here who just start buying spot immediately as soon as we get down here. Like that's what happened down here is like there was some huge spot buyers stepped in on Coinbase and stuff right down here.
For sure.
As soon as we got there, right? So I just think like I said before, like I think we probably stay in the range and like you said, we kind of just retested the bottom third here of this range. Like, probably makes more sense to be like, slightly more on the bullish side to something up in here, like you're saying, over the next month or so before we really kind of cool out into the summertime.
For sure.
Is there any other?
I think alt specifically. Yeah, and I think alt specifically because BTC is going to range in this like kind of tight zone. For a while.
Yeah.
Everyone is going to realize.
What
like,
alts were you looking at
Bitcoin is zero.
what alts were you like looking to long or have longs on? Was it kind of like some of the meme stuff?
Yeah, like majors right now. I'm long Ondo. I didn't snag the bottom of that, pretty nasty liquidation, but I'm in from like low to mid 70s, which has held up super nicely. And yeah, I mean, this thing has been one of the strongest coins in the market.
Yeah, it's
BlackRock
just
is
fully bullish
buying,
all the way.
right? Yeah, like BlackRock's buying. You don't have to overthink it, right?
Right. Like he's out here shilling RWAs to the maximum.
Yep.
So you know that it's there's an infinite bid as soon as it goes down. Makes any move to that.
Exactly. Yeah, what are you looking at?
I think this is one. I mean, to be honest, I haven't been looking too intensely at charts. I was looking at FTM, like FTM on a weekly chart looks really good. Like just
I love FTM, man.
And I don't know what, but it just seems to have like every time the market shows strength in the last months, it shows strength, and I don't know what's going on over there as to why, but it's got some
new tech stack. So I think Messi made some like sort of like technical post about what the upgrades to FTM mean, and
I have to go look that up.
Supposedly it's going to be able to compete with Solana in terms of like transaction fees and processing time. So yeah, basically, the bull case is like Solana level speeds, Solana level fees, and a new EVM. So that means it should be able to scale to the level of users that crypto can throw at it, and we should still not see like ridiculous fees, because even on a lot of these L2s like ARB, AVAX, Base has actually held out really well. And I'm not really a super technical guy, but I think Base has had a number of upgrades that has allowed it to like scale at much cheaper transactions. Like I think it's done a better job than AVAX and ARB, for example.
Even since because I remember, I don't know when it was. It could have been 3 months ago, it could have been 6 months ago, but I remember when people were kind of like, there was like a mini base rush, and like the transactions, I guess, had gotten up to like $10 or something like that. And I was like,
I didn't see any that crazy.
I never experienced it, but I almost like stayed away for a little bit because I saw people saying that. And I was like, what?
Interesting. Yeah, I didn't see any of that. I think the most I paid was like maybe like 50 cents or something.
Do you think like, because I see Base getting shielded so hard, but like nothing seems to have like sustained over there. It's like it pumps for a week or something like that, and then like kind of
so
I think like one of those like influencer push things, or do you think it'll actually be a thing? Yeah.
I think it's it's really similar to the AVAX narrative of last cycle, where like we're literally front running billions, and you are, but you can't time that perfectly, right? And so basically none of crypto was on Base, and in the span of like 1 week or a couple weeks, everyone kind of agreed that being able to perform an on-chain swap in the native Coinbase app, which has like millions of monthly active users, is an insanely bullish narrative. So you basically went from no one on Base to everyone's like, shit, I need to start paying attention to this. And so you have that like before the actual narrative arrives, you have people like way over positioning for that narrative, and you kind of had like PVE versus the player versus everyone for a little bit, while everyone was looking to get exposed, and everything was kind of up only for what was it, like 2-3 weeks or something. And then people realize, okay, we're here waiting on this, this update from Coinbase. And so, anytime you have a shit ton of degens just waiting for something, what are they going to do? They're going to sell, and chase something else, because the narrative isn't live yet. And so
Yeah.
I think really right now is probably like the best time to start focusing on base stuff, because the narrative, in my opinion, is still like massively in play. I think it's going to be maybe a few weeks before Coinbase launches their like smart wallet app in the Coinbase app, or like expands the
what?
functionality.
Sorry?
So yeah, so I'm pretty sure in a few weeks, you're going to be able to make native on-chain swaps in the Coinbase app itself. It's supposed to
Crazy.
be end of April.
So you don't have to go to a Coinbase wallet, like a separate thing. That was actually my next question was like, how, because I feel like that was literally my next question was like, how is Coinbase going to actually get people from the one to the other? But that fixes the problem, and that makes it a lot more bullish. I hear you on that.
Yep. And so, that's kind of the update that everyone's been waiting for. And it's supposed to happen end of April. I'm not sure, what delays are going to happen. But it's called like the Coinbase Smart Wallet,
and
embedded
so it's going to have
everything Coinbase app. So
that's epic.
It's we'll see what happens. I'm really curious to see how Coinbase rolls that out.
Is there anything on Base? Because like the only thing I've heard about on Base is meme coins, right? Like I haven't heard about anything useful on that chain ever. You know what I mean? So it's like, are there things over there that are useful that people should be looking at, or are we just like playing the meme game on Base, or both? Right? Like, I don't know. I know we know about meme.
Yeah. So.
What do you think?
Yeah. So the only like legit one that I've been paying attention to is FriendPet, and it's been kind of like a Bitcoin since definitely since 20 cents. That's kind of like the first time TD showed it. Should we pull up like some base charts, or?
Yeah, we can. Do you want me to? I got. We can switch screens, or I can.
Sure. Yeah, let's switch. I already have some stuff pulled up.
Okay, cool. I'll just select this real quick.
Cool. Share screen.
Yeah, FriendPet. I mean, that was an early pit, legendary call by Hxro. Another one.
Yep.
I know lots of people did many X's. I was not one of those people, but I definitely saw the early call and the mad W's in the chat when it first did that huge run up there.
So I actually think this is a giga buy right now. This kind of last looks like this little blow off top here was basically when Ansem started shilling it heavily, and and it is basically the only investable game fee play on Coinbase. And was it Jesse Pollock, like the director of Base Chain, has been in the FriendPet Telegram, like playing the game. It's basically, I'm not gonna say backed, but it's like supported heavily. It was one of the first projects the Coinbase Twitter account reposted. So in terms of like safe investable thing, not going to rug, heavily backed or supported by Coinbase, this is, in my opinion, like the best. Also, I think you have another one, Degen, which I don't know if, this is already up multiples.
I heard of that. What is it though?
Yeah, It's like another account abstraction platform, I believe. I've actually never been on it, but I believe it's an app that you can ape other you can ape other shitters through, and you don't have to make swaps. It's not, imagine like friend tech, but you're you're swapping like shitcoins and stuff instead of aping keys. That was my understanding of it.
Hmm.
I don't have an account, but yeah, it's another one of those like wallet abstraction plays where because on friend tech you don't have to like sign for transactions when you buy a key, etc. You know what I mean?
Got you.
It's like you send ETH into your friend tech account, and once that ETH is there, you can just it's like an easy app experience. You don't have to like interact and enter in sign for a wallet password or anything. It's just it's super easy. And so I think DGen is kind of another one of those. But yeah, it's been massively successful. I think it's actually a really good buy here actually.
Vibes in the chat says DGen is his biggest bag. Is he gonna make it?
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah, I mean, I think it's one of the safest plays, right? Yeah, Vibes. Give us the elevator pitch on DGen. Was I right? It's kind of like a wallet app that makes it easier to just like ape shitters, basically. Let's see what he says.
They ape the
Yeah.
shitters for you. Is basically what it is.
Well, it's just like, imagine if trading was an app
What the fuck is
like
L3?
friend tech. Yeah, it's an L3.
Oh, okay. I think I understand now.
It's an L3, but it's like an app, right? It's one of those like add to home screen apps. Where it's really like a website, but then you just add it to your home screen, and then it's just, imagine if trading like was done in like if you're using the Coinbase app, if that was basically your on-chain experience, or using friend tech. It's just an easier trading experience, not wallet based. Yeah, got it.
Do you know what Arrow
Casino
is?
chain.
Supposedly we're sleeping on Arrow.
Oh yeah, Arrow. Yeah, let me pull up Arrow. That's another I'd like to see that chart. YAMG Gigabag off Arrow. Let's see.
YAMG.
So
is he the one nuking this coin now?
no, I think he already sold. So we were talking about Arrow.
Shit.
Yeah, so
that is a lot of action.
We were talking about Arrow in the pit, like down here.
Classic.
Yeah, and that's where you
loaded some up. Of this shit, though, man, like 600 million. Like, where does that come from?
It's crazy. Yeah,
these base coins just have all this like it's just insta money into all the coins.
For sure. And this is like the official DEX of Base. It's another kind of meta, right? Like
releasing here.
Yeah, it is. It is a solidly fork. So it's basically it's the Velo team. The Velo team launched launched a product on Base, and let's see. I don't know if this is the full chart, but yeah, basically it had just nuked to zero for a while. No one paid any attention to it because obviously no one was paying attention to the Base narrative, and then pretty much like the Coinbase team started officially backing it, and I don't know why this thing just completely sent, because I think it's a little overpriced for a DEX.
No one uses.
Yeah, it's kind of funny. No one really uses it. So I think there's actually opportunity here, because if you're like a new project, managing your liquidity through Hxro is what I think would be a great advertisement. But yeah, I think I certainly like wouldn't buy this here. Also, people are like giga printing rewards, Hxro rewards. I think there's like there's been massive inflation
So
too.
there's heavy inflation. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. So
Looks like it's
so
gonna be
yeah,
good.
I mean,
Wow.
what's that?
I said it looks like it's gonna be cooked for a while on that chart.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, definitely. So, but yeah, it's been a great play. It was like the best play. It was the first legit coin, I think, on Base. So yeah, people giga bagged off this one. Yeah, Hxro, not something I would buy here. But yeah, friend pet, I think is probably my favorite in terms of risk reward. And then I'm sure there are some other plays, like a friend of a friend is launching Base Bet, which is kind of like this sports gambling app on Coinbase, and so that's something to check out. But yeah, I'm kind of just allocating to memes right now.
Yeah, I was just gonna
Because
say let's like let's transition
we
into
can
the
dive into
memes and
that.
see what's going
Yeah,
on the meme side of
yeah. So
the
I think like one of the safest memes from a like risk reward standpoint is Normie. Pull up their Twitter as well. I mean, this thing is incredible. I'm pretty sure it's the Stan team, Stanley Cup.
yeah.
Yeah. So
Oh,
just because
because of
the
the
animation is really
videos.
similar.
Yeah, the video. I
Exactly.
remember you showing me
The
the
videos are
stand
so similar.
videos before.
Yep. And so I think it's like the Stanley team migrated to Base, came up with a better idea than Stan, because Normie is pretty funny, and they're kind of like some undercover alpha here. Is their mission is to onboard the next million normies to Base, and basically the mission for Base in general is to onboard 1 billion people on chain. And
A
I
billion
think
people.
just like so I think just like using a tiny signal, the fact that Normie has said that they have a similar mission is actually alpha, because it means that Base is going to support them. You'll see Jesse Pollock, the like director of Base, basically. He'll be replying to Normie all the time. He'll like talk about Normie in presentations and shit. And so, I think just the meta of following what Coinbase likes, or like what Coinbase employees like on Base chain, I think is like the safest way to go about this. Yeah, exactly.
Makes sense.
Like what's most aligned with the things that Coinbase team will like. Normie is it fits that bill. So super bullish on Normie. I honestly think the chart is in a pretty sweet spot right now. It's like 70% down from all-time highs almost. So yeah, I think it's a good bid here. This other one is a bit of a lower cap, but I think honestly the risk for how low it is already is really minimal. So the Floki founder has been, what's that?
Sorry, go ahead.
The Floki founder has been shilling this. Ivan on Tech has been shilling this. Who else? There's one other big MMA guy that shilled this, and that's kind of was like this run up, or this kind of blow off top right here. So basically the thought process is like these guys have insane budget, right? If they're getting like these like massive influencers involved at a fairly low market cap, and you know, with budget like that big for these like giga influencers, you know, there's not enough liquidity for these people to really like take a big payout yet. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I
Like
hear you.
like this is clearly, these guys have like, millions of dollars in the bank for already, just probably for marketing, and market making, I would imagine. So, the fact that they have the budget for those, you know, those types of influencers that,
Yeah,
cost tons of, potentially 100K, in influencer budget. So, they need this to reach centralized exchanges. They need this to do massive volume. So I think in terms of like where this is on the at a chart level, I think this is going to be a massive play.
hmm.
So yeah, from a risk reward standpoint, it's
What's the ticker?
wrecked.
Benji.
I Benji.
Benji. All right.
It's kind of like the leading dog coin on Base. There's actually another dog coin on Base that I would not buy right now, but is like definitely a Cabal coin. Ski Mask Dog. And had this crazy run up.
Yeah.
I thought it was dead, went back down to 5 mil, and then some like million follower Instagram account changed their PFP to this Ski Mask Dog, and I think like confirmed some involvement. And so I don't know who is involved in this. I don't know if they were always involved or if they just scooped up a shit ton of the supply at 5 mil and then now are running the playbook on it. But this thing, I would guess this thing doesn't stop. I'm not buying it here, but I think it's something to keep an eye on.
Okay. I mean, the chart looks really good. Like, just
yeah. I mean, there's a crazy buyback just from that kind of prior all-time high retest. Let's see.
So we got Ski, we got Benji.
Yep.
Someone was mentioning Boomer. I think you mentioned Boomer too.
So Boomer is on Sol.
Boomer's on Sol. I thought it was on Base.
Yeah, one more. We can go over Keat real quick and then move on to Boomer. So this is pretty funny. So this was like, in my opinion, like a 1-day Ansem coin. And what I mean by that is just the way it came out of nowhere. And just, certain coins like Normie, their content is amazing. You can just tell their messaging is amazing. You can tell that there's a big team behind it. And this thing just kind of came out of nowhere one day. There was like no real Twitter presence, no real anything. Ansem and one of his buddies just started like giga shilling it because it's obviously a pretty epic.
Was it Art School Reject in this one?
No, not that I know of. Maybe she was. I didn't see her. There's this other account called like Larp Von Trier that actually first shilled this thing at, I think he has a screenshot of a shill from 2K market cap.
It barely even counts. I feel like it's like, were you part of it? Like 2K.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, definitely could have been part of it. I think, like, my best guess for what happened is, there is a massive cat season that had started, and basically Ansem, decided that there should be a cat coin on Base because there should be. He's right. And so I imagine like the timing of it, there was probably some luck to the timing where it's like, this is this tiny little cat coin that was launched, or maybe he knew who had launched it or something. Who knows? But I think cat stuff was mooning on Solana. So Base needed a horse in the race for the whole cat coin narrative, and so this is kind of like the lead coin right now for like base cat coins. And so I think it's worth paying attention to this. There is this one account that I've been following. Let's see, where is this guy? Yeah, so this guy, who we'll talk about this post in a second. This is a really good account to follow. He basically interviews people. Wow, this thing has over 1 million views, or almost 1 million views. So I think this is a great account to follow. He basically goes around and asks people in real.
I've seen this guy with the Arbitrum and whiff shit.
Yep. So he did the same thing with Normie and Keat, and people overwhelmingly chose Keat.
Really? Animals, man. It's always animals.
It wasn't even close. I can't find it right now, but it's the same video as this. But people like unanimously chose Keat over Normie because the cat was cute and funny. The picture of like that Normie cartoon isn't just funny by itself. And so I think, figuring out what quote unquote normies are really going to buy is obviously.
That's why Stan was so good, right? Because like it was such a normie, like it's like normie meta, the coin, you know what I mean? They're the cup. Kind of,
but I still think, I think that's probably why they picked the Stanley Cup, because everyone has a Stanley Cup. So it makes sense. But yeah, I think everyone's trying to predict like what normies are going to buy, and they might not buy any of it. It's just like the expectation, right? Is what matters. And so I think after he posted one of these videos on Keat, I think it's important to pay attention to Keat. Again, I don't really have any. I probably should pick up a little bit. It's in a great spot right now. Again, it's like down like 80%. So I think downside is fairly limited. Also be on the lookout for other cats that are pumping on base. But yeah, that kind of does it for my base coins. There's not a whole lot that I'm looking at. I think there are some AI. There's some AI and RWA stuff. Actually, is Elon RWA on base? I don't know if you've heard of Elon RWA.
Nah.
Yep, it is. Oh, this thing is hilarious, dude. So this is like such. I mean, I'm not going to call it any more of a scam than anything else, but basically, some OGs are putting together a process of purchasing the license to actual memes from the meme creator, and then actually like writing up a contract where you're fractionalizing something on chain. So technically speaking, if you buy some of this coin, you're part owner of this, this classic like weird drawing of Elon.
Yeah. Isn't this what didn't Path do this with the Doge meme, like but NFT style, like a couple years ago?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's the same thing. Yep. But yeah, I mean, this thing is like massive liquidity. I would say potentially could be worth a buy right here. But again, I would say fairly low risk due to the level of liquidity to market cap ratio. But it's a really stupid concept.
It makes it hard. Doesn't it make it harder to pump though when you have that much liquidity?
For sure. Yeah.
Like you need a lot more money to make it move.
Yeah, absolutely. So does that mean that they do have a shit ton more money? Does that mean that they do have like 50 mil to pump this thing? I really don't know. But I know, these are ETH OGs, so they probably are like giga rich. who made this thing. I think it's like some of Kobe's friends. It might be Path. It might even be Path themselves.
Interesting.
Yeah. So, I think that he's an ETH OG. He's probably massively wealthy. So, yeah, I think it's worth looking at. Side note, dog just moved to base. It's interesting.
What?
It's actually.
Okay. Oh, dog. Yeah, that's the coin.
Yeah, that's exactly what you're talking about. Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah.
So maybe it is. Maybe it is Path behind this shit. Stealthy.
Yeah. Interesting. Yeah. So.
Holy shit!
Yeah, I mean, I think
things just been pumping, and I didn't even know.
Yeah, it's crazy. But I mean, this might have just been mirroring the mainnet chart.
Yeah, got you.
Yeah. So, something I've noticed that, there are a lot of ETH OGs that won't touch Solana, and ARB projects have been cucked. And so what I've started to notice is that there's a kind of a better, I think, acceptance of Base as an L1 after a great L1 to launch something on. There's there's more excitement about it. And yeah, there's just not really a level of saltiness, I think, from ETH OGs. And so I think for another narrative is this is kind of the first L1 that ETH OGs really like, and they're willing to launch shit on here. And so I think paying attention to Base from that angle is smart as well. But yeah, that's cool. It's cool that there's liquidity for this as well. Should we move on to Sol?
Yeah, let's do it.
Sweet. So let's see. Using this guy as an example, why to follow this account. He shilled Ponky because this guy and a general narrative right now is just look for the coins that have market makers in it that know how to paint a good looking chart, which I think is probably the most positive EV you can do in crypto on a shitcoin. Is just, if you know anything about what market makers are involved, and it's still relatively a small market cap, you know that the budget for this thing is insane. You know that there are people involved that are interested in creating a bullish chart as an advertisement. And so what's that?
I said pumping the coin. Interested in pumping the coin.
Yeah, exactly. Let's look at Ponky. Let's see. I wonder when he shilled Ponky first, or when he said last week. I don't remember when he shilled. Looks like it was around here. So yeah, solid. I mean, didn't pump that much. It's already pretty big market cap, but yeah, I mean, I imagine that this thing is probably going to go way higher, just given who's involved. I think it was a DWF coin, which is one of the biggest market makers right now.
Yeah.
So he's. What's that?
I said they like to pump coins for sure.
Yep. Exactly. So, kind of the next coin that he thinks DWF is involved in is an OG Roblox meme. I don't know anything about this thing. The Epic Duck seems pretty stupid to me, but I'm not gonna mid-curve it. This guy Mando, I guess, is somewhat well respected. Yeah, he's got. Let's see. Oh, he's a Rollbit partner. Oh yeah, definitely a pumper. So it looks like he's kind of managing the community project. or managing it. Looks like he might have hired DWF. And then there's like this other random clue. Like, this is so stupid. We're looking for blow up, inflatables as a clue that they're involved in this coin, but like it's probably right. Epic
Yeah,
probably
for
sponsored
sure.
their booth or something. Epic probably sponsored their booth, and so they're probably involved. And this is what the chart looks like. Still,
bullish.
it's 30 mil. I think a play from 30 to like 100 is
Epic.
probably pretty much in the cards.
I'm adding to the watch list right now.
Yeah. Yep.
All right, what else you got on
So yeah, I think Epic is an easy one. This one is a little bit riskier, but I think it's hilarious. I've showed this a couple times in the pit. I really like the chart actually. This, to me, this looks like there's a legit market maker involved just based on this. It looks bullish, doesn't look random. And let me find the Twitter. So this is like an Alex Jones meme, and I think it's a Bowden derivative, but it's Alex Jones. And I think I'm not an Alex Jones fan by any means, but I think this is hilarious. Like they're talking about like, well, first of all, these are incredible animations. Like this is professional level shit,
Yeah, animations on these.
Yeah, and so they made like a music video. They're starting this thing called Meme Wars, where Alex Jones like debunks or goes to war against other memes and shit. And I think there's like a pretty good flywheel here because there's tons of Alex Jones content. Crypto people love this shit. Like,
go back again.
Any Alex Jones meme is hilarious. There's tons of like Telegram stickers of Alex Jones that I see all the time. He's just a hilarious character, pretty deeply ingrained in a crypto culture, and they're doing a really good job. Look, this is 42K views in a couple days. So I think it's riskier because how many Bowden derivatives can you make before it's just squeezed out? But I still think there's juice to squeeze based on how much content is the potential for content around Alex Jones is just, I think it's an easy play. It's super small market cap, 2.5 mil still.
Yeah.
So and I think the chart looks great. Looks like they have professionals involved in the chart. Got saved pretty clearly, got saved at the just above 10 mil, around 15 mil each time. So seems like there's pretty clear support there. Decent buy for me. I have a decent bag of that.
Good. The chart looks good, especially on like on a daily or something. Like it looks like it's like curling up. I know, like daily.
Yeah, exactly.
Aren't like the greatest, but it looks like it's like kind of
daily looks great.
Like, and I was looking on the 4 hour. It looks like there's some big buys came in.
4 hour looks good. Yeah.
Like you compare against the volume and stuff. Yeah, it looks good. What do you think about Tucker? I remember Tucker was an early pit one as well, and seems to.
I missed that one. That thing came out of nowhere. Let's take a look, see how it's doing.
I actually did well on this one, sort of by fluke. Like I looked at the chart, and it looked good, and then fucking Crypto Man ran, and his whole cabal started shilling it on their show and stuff. After I bought it, and I was like, "Yes, let's fucking go, show my coins, man."
That's awesome. It looks good, man. Yeah, this is crazy.
Like, it hit like 70 or 80 mil or something like that. Like
it hit 100, like literally out of nowhere, right? Like this was at like what, like 4 mil or like 3 mil, and then it's like in a week went from basically 5 to 100 in a week. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, that was insane. And so yeah, I
My
think
first,
there's a lot of people that are hoping that. What's that?
yeah. No, yeah. Sorry, can finish your train of thought there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people are hoping, including myself, that Jones can pull a Tucker.
For real. Yeah, I bought it. I originally bought it like 5 million, and it was right after that Crypto Man Ran started fucking shilling it, and I was like, oh man, let's
Yeah,
go.
yeah, it's pretty funny.
Nice. What else are you looking at on Soul?
Yep, not a ton, but Toast actually showed me this one, Boomer. It looks like we're about to get our first decent dip here.
Oh yeah.
Definitely going to
Vibes was
pick up
talking
some
about
more.
Boomer too.
Yeah. Let's see. Boomer on base. Huh. I don't know. It was a Boomer on base.
Oh shit.
There's a Boomer on base too. Wow. Did not know that. Wow. This is
Holy
insane.
shit. The real Boomer. With real Boomer, please stand up.
Yeah. So looks like the Soul one is a
Look
little
at
bit
that chart,
ahead.
man. That is absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah, it's insane. So yeah, it looks like there's kind of a race, right? To which Boomer is the winner. And Soul is definitely a little bit ahead. But yeah, I didn't know this. So yeah, shout out to Vibes for showing this. Let's see their Twitter. Boomerheimer. Nice. Oh wow.
Look at that video.
This is good.
This is the new thing, hey? The getting the video people on team.
Yeah.
Editors.
Exactly. Custom videos.
Animators. Just crank out vids.
Let's see if they've done anything else. So this is pretty good. Yeah, let's compare this to. So this thing, I'm gonna say this. Yeah, this is great. It's a different style animation, but I really liked this video that that came out today. This is the Soul Boomer, and like the level of detail on this video is actually insane. Like this video probably took several days to make. Just in terms of all the references, like these like boomers that went to a GameStop and are playing, these like old games. Let's see. Yeah, they have some crazy references here. I don't know what game this is. Let's see. I forget what game this is. Remember that like the clown like killer car racing game? Twisted Metal, yeah. So Twisted Metal looks like this is a Mortal Kombat kind of reference. Yeah. This is Tomb Raider, obviously. No idea what this is, but yeah, pretty crazy content. Yeah, I like the base one too. I think both are great. This Crash Bandicoot thing is ridiculous. Tony Hawk Pro Skater. Yeah. It looks like this is Super Mario or something. So yeah, I mean, I think when you see this much time spent on content, super bullish. There's really not there's no big boomer meme. I think every like massive crypto character / meme probably should be a big cap. You know what I mean? Like there's enough mind share for that meme to be a big cap as long as the team is good enough to like reflect that meme respectfully, I guess, do it justice. And looks like both of these are doing that, Boomer and Soul and on base. So yeah, pretty bullish on these ones. Another meme in the same vein that I really like, that I wish I bid earlier, but looks like
Giga,
might get a
man.
dip on it.
I'm bullish on Giga too. Sick coin.
Yeah, Giga is great. Just seems like something that has a really smart team involved. I think my reasoning here is that they are just posting these workout videos for how to get like Giga jacked, and basically the people running this know that the Twitter algorithm is going to give you like insane exposure for posting workout videos, of just like ridiculously jacked dudes. And so clearly like these guys are brilliant growth hackers, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And a lot of this stuff isn't even about the coin, but it doesn't matter, like if they're getting 200K views every day on this shit, it's like that's just a great way to onboard more people. And the likelihood of people stumbling upon this page is pretty high. So a lot of this is just this energy drink concept. 20K views on this. Yeah, it's like mostly workout shit. Oh man, it's so funny. What if they have anything else?
I mean, they haven't been doing this forever though, because I used to follow Giga and they weren't always doing this. So I think this is something more recently they discovered.
Yeah, they discovered the secret to engagement, right? Oh man, it's so funny. Oh yeah, this is cool. Remember this viral vid that's been going around?
What was the original of this? I still don't even know what the original was. Like,
yeah, I forget. Yeah, obviously some
it's like so viral now, right? Like,
yeah. Well, it went viral because someone released an AI app that allowed you to like replace a character in a video with like a different design, and so people started replacing like the real rapper, I think, with like something
with anybody.
Yeah, with anybody, and something funny. So it looks like one of our mics.
I think it's probably me. He's probably talking about mine. I kind of tried moving closer, but
yeah, you're coming through good for me. But
I was
I think gotcha. Yeah, so Giga is my other play for this cycle, or I mean for like this rally, maybe over the next month or so. Yeah, it seems like we're kind of getting into this zone where like kind of classic characters that crypto Twitter loves, that pretty much nerdy people in general, like tech people in general, are identify with. Tons of people know Giga Chad. People love the Boomer meme, inside and out crypto, and so these characters, these like meme characters that transcend crypto, but crypto people identify with, and so do kind of normie tech crowd people. It seems like that's kind of the meta right now, and that's kind of what I'm bullish on most from a meme perspective.
Have you seen the like USA coin and China coin and that shit?
I actually
USA was one of my biggest wins that I've had recently, to be honest. Like, I kind of lucked out and bought it right before it went crazy. But my whole thinking on it was that just like, I had seen a bunch of people, how Americans are, right? Like, you're American, like just very patriotic. And I just feel like with the election coming
up, yeah, for sure.
Like, it's almost like I feel like
Olympics,
it's almost
man.
like
Olympics.
Yeah. Like I think it's like they post Olympic shit all the time. I think it's almost like a proxy
Well, the
for
Olympics
like
are happening this summer,
oh
right? The
yeah.
Olympics are happening this summer in France. So, um, in my opinion, like I still own USA. I'm bag holding. I'm kind of coping because I didn't sell at close to 40 mil,
40
and
cents
now
or
it's
40 mil,
been
yeah.
dipping close to 10. So I'm coping a little bit, but yeah, I'm holding this basically for the Olympics, which
Yeah.
are I think start in a couple months.
I'm bullish USA, man. I remember just talking about it with my wife, and the last time I did that was with Whiff at like 10 million. And I was like, yo, look at this shit.
Yeah,
She's like, that's hilarious. And I was like, USA, right? She's like, yeah, like that's just it. Like it's ticker USA. Americans love USA. America's going to war. Fucking America's got an election. It's almost like a
for sure.
proxy for like Biden, Trump. You got the Olympics, like I feel like there's too many
100%.
things. Like there's too many reasons for this shit to pump. You know what I mean? Like imagine when like crypto gets really crazy again and like everyone's like rushes and it's like, oh, USA coin, let's go, smash, green button.
Yep. I own USA. I own China. I own Russia.
Nice.
I own North Korea.
I haven't even seen. I saw China. I didn't see Russia or North Korea. I gotta add those to this list. Those are good ones.
It's super low market cap, and we might get screwed because a new one, like someone could decide that this new Russia coin is the chosen one,
Yeah,
and we
yeah,
might get
that is
screwed.
the problem.
But it's worth like a small amount. They're so small. I
I
think
like the
Russia
North
and
Korea idea.
Korea.
North
I'm
Korea
not.
is a good.
I'm not even gonna pull them up because they're like
Yeah, it's too much, right?
they're like 10K market cap.
Yeah.
North Korea, I think, is like 10 or 20K market cap, and so it's one of those things where you just pull up, you toss like a couple $100 at, and you hope
You
that
$8,000
that's the chosen one.
and then pump 10%.
But no, I mean, if that becomes the chosen like Russia coin or North Korea coin that people get behind during the Olympics, that it could go to a couple mil for sure. And that's how you pull a 100x.
Yeah.
You get lucky.
Yeah, I think I'm
super bullish on USA. Yeah, bullish on the country coin sector. This one, I am like, I own this coin, but I hate it. It just like this price action to me, just like this looks disgusting. You know what I mean?
It looks shit. It's just like anytime it tries to move, somebody's just dumping.
Yep, exactly. So yeah, it looks like that this was just kind of like a complete fake out advertisement for someone to just continue dumping. And so yeah, I'm pretty sure I mean, I'm not going to say it's like going to keep going lower because I imagine they don't want this thing to die. I know Ansem is involved. I know Arthur Hayes is involved. So I think obviously expect some gross price action, but
yeah, like pops. We got to look at pops before we finish off.
Okay. Yeah, maybe we finish with pups.
Man, I love how they just shield the fuck out of this right at the top.
Yeah, kind of. Ansem bought it on stream.
He did
right
buy
here.
Before.
That was. What's up?
Yeah, no, he did. He did do that. That's true.
So while it sucks that he was also giga shilling it up here, at least he did first buy it like right here at 6 on stream, and then everyone had the chance to buy it after that at 18, and then then he supposedly shilled it to Arthur on Twitter. That was a really weird interaction. I don't know if you saw that.
Yeah, that was over a bit further, I think. Like that was when it went from like 50 to 100 in like 2 days, and then back down to 50.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it might have been this. Yeah, I definitely got chopped up on this one.
I think it probably comes back at some point, but
agreed, right? I don't think something that someone giga shills that much, they're not going to let it completely die. I think I really like it because it's Bitcoin exposure on Solana.
Yeah.
Um, it's actual bridged pups from um, from Bitcoin on chain. So I like it from that perspective. It's just that it was a free mint, and there wasn't like any sort of natural like grind up. It was basically like a free mint. It was extremely low market cap, and then you have Ansem giga shilling it to like over 100 mil market cap,
Yeah.
and basically the entire pups community was like overnight millionaires. I had friends that knew too many overnight millionaires, and we have
sure.
even Whiff was quick, but even Whiff was like way slower than this.
For sure.
And like the bonk guy, it's like if you have a ton of overnight millionaires, like that's just we're not in a part of the cycle where that shit can really fly and stuff can keep going up. I think it was just too big of a pump too fast. So yeah, I agree that it's going to get wrecked. I would like to pick some of it back up, maybe soon. I think. Yeah, we'll see what happens. I think a lot of those guys who are rich overnight probably already took profit. So yeah, I think pretty soon it's a good play. I'm seeing a lot like Messi has been dunking on Ansem for shilling the pups top. He's been talking shit. So I think when people bring out the pitchforks, when the pitchfork comes out, it's always a good case for a bottom signal.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're close to like the pitchforks coming out on this one. So
yeah, I hear you.
I think it's a good buy soon.
Nice. Well, I think that's a pretty good roundup there of base beams, base potential fundamentals, soul memes, majors, Bitcoin, Ethereum. Anything else you want to touch on before we make way here?
Not really. Yeah, I pretty much covered everything I'm looking at. So yeah, hopefully the market stays bullish. Hopefully funding stays low on these longs.
I don't want to pay fees.
But yep.
All right.
Cool, man.
Well, thank you everyone for joining in with us today. Thank you, Jewbacca, of course, as always, for joining. We will be back either next week, week after, whenever we feel like streaming again. I don't know. But yeah, I mean, I think, I don't foresee anything too exciting happening in the coming weeks here. I think we probably...
Yeah, we'll see. Yeah, happy to hop on in another week or two. So.
All right. Thanks, everyone. We'll be back again. Take care.
Take it easy. Peace.
Peace.